Hey, Lauren here. My inbox has been blowing up with lead generation lately. And if anyone is a small business owner or trying to bump up their own personal brand or their business, lead generation is, well, it's kind of paramount to your success. It's the Salesforce model, or the lead generation, the recurring revenue, all of those business philosophies really hinge on lead generation. And I've been getting a ton of messages about lead generation, and I wanted to give a few tips on how to hire these, and not all are created equal. I've been a small business owner since 2013, and I've used various lead generation services, and there's a few tips and tricks that I've learned. And if they are lead generating, I will never hire them the first go round, because that is a test. You want to make sure a lead generation company is going to follow up and do everything you want them to do. And one of the best tests is to see if they will do it for themselves. Just like a realtor that negotiates their rate down, how do you think they're going to negotiate on your behalf if they can't even negotiate on their behalf with their money? The same holds true for lead generation. If they can't lead generate when their money is on the line, how on earth are they going to do that for you? And so I always make a lead generation follow up with me at least a couple times, because I want to make sure that they have the follow through, because it takes an average of 7 follow-ups to get an initial appointment, sometimes more. And I want to make sure that they are following up with me. Also, I do ask for information from them, and I will not set an appointment. Their criteria is based on appointment bookings. Well, that's great. I don't care about their appointment metrics. I care about my metrics. And in my business, I need to get information out, and I need to be able to speak to someone, and I need to have them respond in a timely manner. So I always ask a simple question, and it's a relevant question, but I will not sit for an appointment with them until they've at least corresponded with me 2 to 3 times, either email, text, or called me. And I really want them to do all 3. Otherwise, and I do, because so often companies will send you one message here and then they kind of play the games like, oh, I've been trying to reach you on all these other things. And that's just, it's not true. And if they can't get a hold of you when they're selling their own business, how on earth are they going to get your leads for you when, they care about their metrics, but they don't, it's just different. And if they can't do it for themselves and they can't do it to show you, they're clearly not, they shouldn't be in the lead generation business. So I always make sure that they contact me on several different modes, and they do follow up when they say they're going to follow up. Also, if I say, hey, I can't talk right now, call me, blah, 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 which is usually honest, because I usually don't want to talk to them, but I do want a good service. So I want someone to follow up with me when I say to follow up. And I would say this gets rid of 95% of the companies out there. It's few and far between they actually call me back when I ask them to, or even call me back one time, which is shocking, because it's lead generation. You are supposed to get used to being pushed back. Another thing is, I want to know metrics, and I want to know how, their metrics, because they have them. Everything they do is data driven. They have those metrics. They might just not want to show you. So I always make sure that they can give me some type of metric, and then they can actually talk about them. But if they do give me metrics, I will then make an appointment, because their objective is to get the appointment for themselves. So I do make them do at least 4 points of contact: the phone call, the email, the text, and then they also have to do a request of mine, whether that's call me back, give me data, usually both, because I'm like, let me see your data, let me see your stats. Otherwise, I don't care. Because it is all about the numbers. It's lead generation, and they have those numbers, and they need to be prepared to give them to you. So next step after that is getting the appointment with the lead gen, and then that'll give you a little bit, I don't like anyone to lock me down for very long, and so long-term contracts are a big red flag. I want to be able to hire and fire people at my whim. So when you guys are looking at lead generation, I have a ton of information here, but I'm running out of time. So thank you guys for tuning in. Good luck.